Hello, Yoga Hippie here. My name is Christina, and I lived in my Prius for a couple of years on and off while I was traveling and looking for a beach home. And so I recently moved out. Sorry, I went to the chiropractor and I had to take all my jewelry off. But I went to, I found my beach home. So I've been on this 5-year long, it was almost 5 years. It took me almost 5 years to find my beach home. I am living now in Gulfport, Florida, which is near St. Petersburg. And I discovered it in September. If you watch any of my videos before today, and if not, now you know what's going on. I'm going to show you my new apartment. It's super cute. I moved into it, and so I spent the winter in Kansas City. I used to live there, and it was great. But once it got to be February and it was just like, -11 and snowing every other day, I had to leave. So I had just rented my first apartment in 4 years. Sorry, I gotta be really careful with my neck. And that was really fun in Kansas City, but like I said, the weather drove me out of there, which, if you know me very well at all, that's not surprising. I'm on a very busy street, facing a very busy street, so I apologize for my distraction with the traffic, the flow of traffic. I'll do my best to keep my focus on this little bitty dot that you can't see on my camera. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to give you a little update. It's been really crazy. I've been in Gulfport 2 months. I left at the very end of February, so next week will be eight weeks, I think. Is that right? The end of April. Yeah, end of March, end of April, 2 months. So that'll be 8 weeks. And it has been one hell of a ride. But I wanted to encourage you today. I wanted to give this little update, but also just wanted to talk about not giving up. And when I talk about not giving up, I mean in a lot of different areas. So there's some things going on. There's 2 major things happening in my life right now, and they're really kind of connected in a lot of ways. So I moved here and didn't have a job or anything. Just took what I had, the money I'd saved over the winter, and drove here. And I had an Airbnb for 3 weeks, and not like a fancy one. I literally just had a shitty little room and sort of like a hostel almost. It was more like a hostel. But like in a guy's house. So everybody there was really nice, and but I just had a little dark shitty room in the middle of this house, and I really didn't like it. But I was there 3 weeks, and in the middle of those 3 weeks, within 5 days of being in Florida, I found a job and started it on a dinner cruise boat. And before my massage career, I decided that I wanted to become a massage therapist. Before my massage career, before my massage career, I was a bartender. So I decided I should bartend, right? Since I don't have a massage license here right now, and I needed money, and that would be something better to do than trying to work 9 to 5 somewhere, right? I'm not a 9 to 5 worker. I'm not one of those people that can handle that. So long story short, I took this job on this boat, and within a few days, I knew it was not what I needed to be doing. It was super stressful, high volume bartending, which I've done before, but in a party kind of atmosphere, so it's way more fun. This was basically doing what they call the service wheel for like 85 people that would get on the boat all at once and sit down, and then it was like Bahama Mamas and frozen drinks, pina coladas and strawberry daiquiris, and I couldn't say the blender was broken, which is what the bartender always says. And I couldn't say that because I was on a boat, and, they had a drink list. And anyway, there was no way to do that. So anyway, I never had any money, and I never had to deal with the POS, but I would leave there, like they were paying me $11 an hour. And then I was walking with $80-something. So it was 7 hours of just craziness. The majority of it was crazy at the beginning and end. but somewhere in the middle of my shift would be tolerable. But overall, I hated every minute of that job for the most part. So I quit and gave my 2 weeks notice within a week of being there. And because I just knew it wasn't making me happy, and it was ruling my life. Like, I couldn't go to bed till 3 in the morning, and I wasn't working till 3 in the morning. I was working till like 11, but I just was wound up, right? I couldn't go to bed. So I was tired and my back was on fire. So I just knew it wasn't good for my brain. It wasn't good for anything. And I didn't know what I was going to do, but I just decided that's it. So like, before I'd given my notice, I got offered a position as first mate on a sailboat. So I circled back and talked with the gentleman, the captain who owned that business, who happened to be on the boat that I'd been on, right? This boat. So many things have happened as a result of being on this boat, the first boat job. So just because you don't understand why something's happened or that you took a job doesn't mean you have to keep it or do that. There are lots of things that happen that we aren't aware of, the chain of events that can occur from them, right? And so this is a classic example that I took this boat job and I freaking hated it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm miserable, I gotta quit. But just in the 3 weeks that I worked there, I managed to make enough money to be able to pay my rent, to be able to go out of town on a retreat that I helped out with in Mexico, although I didn't have to pay for very much, but traveling in and of itself cost money, right? So I was able to do all of that. I also found an apartment that I could rent in Gulfport, which is where I wanted to live, and I didn't have to rent a room from someone. I found that through Facebook, through a Facebook group, and my apartment is super adorable, and I'm going to try to set another video. I gotta get my bed frame situated first, and then I'm gonna do a video for you guys. But anyway, I met a girl named Julia who I just adore on the boat, and she worked on the first boat. She also worked on a second boat as a first mate. And but because of her, she connected me with another girl who is a massage therapist, and in the course of all of that, she talked to me about this clinic called Epic Clinics, and you should look it up because they're a really big deal, and they do some really state-of-the-art chiropractic work, and nobody touched me when they adjusted me. They did it with sonic sound waves. So it was very expensive, which I wasn't expecting it to be as expensive as it's been. So that segues into the next thing, which is money and abundance, right? So I have been working really hard to live in a way that I keep my vibe high and not stress, and don't worry about how I'm going to be taken care of. I have so many things to tell you guys that have happened in the last 2 months. It's kind of mind-blowing, the things that have happened. But there's been a lot of things. And Mexico was part of that mix as well. So I'm going to have to make a whole nother video just about that. But I am really working to let Scarcity go. And man, this chiropractic visit is really helping. But because it was so expensive, and it just, everything has been crazy. But like this chain of events, back to the boat, right? It's just been one thing after another. So I took this first mate job, and then they hired another person, and they changed how they do the scheduling. And then for whatever reason, because I'm not in charge, right? And Spirit is, I didn't get shifts this week, and I was like really upset about it, and I couldn't figure it out. And then at the end of the day, I ended up going to this chiropractor and basically not being told not to work for, there's no way I could do that job, work on that sailboat, and keep my neck in order with what I've just spent money on to do. Like, we're talking hundreds of dollars. And anyway, this is healing my neck. It's been 24 hours, less than 24 hours since my adjustment. And I'm already noticing all these shifts in my body. And she explained to me that this injury in my neck has been there, getting worse, you know, day by day for 20 to 30 years. And they can tell that by looking at my x-rays and what's going on with my spine. So I have lost the curvature, forget the percentage she said, but you know, a small percentage of my cervical spine curve that you're supposed to have, which then causes and creates all these other problems. And what they determined was that my atlas axis was off, and they took x-rays of all of this. This joint lives up inside your skull right next to your brainstem, and it doesn't have disc between it, so it's very challenging and hard to adjust, and it has to be very precise. So I quit seeing the chiropractor 3 years ago on purpose after 25 years of going, because I didn't like them adjusting my neck. It was wigging me out, and I was just like, don't touch me anymore, you guys are gonna hurt me, and I'm done. So that's the funny thing about this, is that nobody touched me. She positioned my head while I laid sideways on this thing, and then clicked a button that shoots a sound wave into my skull, and it adjusted my neck. And I can tell a difference. All kinds of things have been happening. And she said that for every year that I was messed up and out of alignment, I can expect for every year 1 month of healing for each year. So we're talking years and years of my body adapting to this new way that it's been situated, because for 20 or 30 years it's been not in the right place. So I am super thankful for all of it, and I don't know what's continuing to happen with that, but things are happening, right? My neck and my spine have been giving me problems for since I was 25. And so I'm going to get emotional about it, but what I wanted to say was, this is my message, is that don't give up, right? Because I still don't have everything figured out, as far as my path and work goes, because my only gig right now is a sailboat gig, and I can't even go do it. Well, and I'm also teaching yoga, but it's just 1 class a week right now, right? So that's just a little extra fun side thing that I love to do, right? But I know that all these things are happening on purpose and with reason, and I don't have to know all the reasons. And I like to say that I'm on a need to know basis with the universe. And I was just talking to the chiropractor, and she's just a very beautiful soul, and it's not her company, she's working for the man who started it, and they're gonna franchise it because this little girl got help with her pigeon toe stuff. Within 24 hours she was walking normal, and after having an adjustment here at this clinic. And so news traveled to this guy Kevin on Shark Tank, and he was so excited that he came out here. So people come from all over the place to come here and get adjusted, and he liked it so much that he wanted to invest, and now they're gonna franchise these epic clinics, and they're gonna be all over America. And so that starts in May, next month. So that's exciting, and also a testimony to everything that's going on here and what I just experienced, right? So I was talking to her, and I was telling her I was sad and I wanted to help people, and she was like, you are helping people. And I was smiling and feeling very grateful for her saying that, and it makes me emotional. But I've been dealing with a lot of pain in my body off and on for years, ever since my first baby was born, right? And there were times where I really felt defeated with it, and I had chronic lower back pain that was debilitating at times, and it caused me a lot of problems and a lot of anxiety and a lot of just depression and pain and suffering and money. So much money. I've been consumed with this pain in my body, and what it's done is, like, my lower back healed because I changed a whole lot of things, and I understood a lot of different things about what was going on in my body as a result of this pain that I was having and what was causing it. And I got that figured out, and now I'm not having debilitating back pain, but I'm having all these problems with my wrist. And anyway, all of it's been coming from this area. Well, I shouldn't beat my adjustment. Don't do that, Christina. It's been coming from this area. So I want to say, don't give up. Just keep trying to figure out what it is and take care of yourself in the meantime. So do the best you can to take care of yourself, like eating healthy foods, drinking water. And these are all things I struggle with because I have a sweet tooth, and I might be vegan and all these other things, but I love junk, and I love chips, and I love all the bad things that everybody loves. Like, if I could get away with it and it didn't, whatever, I would eat fast food, I would do all that stuff, right? But I know that it's just so terrible for my body, and I really want to work to take care of myself. So for years I've been focused on health and wellness, and in between junk food binges. So, right? I mean, I can only do the best that I can do, right? It's okay. And I'm getting more and more accepting of myself and my downfalls. So I'll confess, a couple days ago, when I came here to this chiropractor, the first day was super stressful because I had no idea it was going to be so expensive. And I was a little bit freaked out because of my job situation and money situation and all of that. And I was like, oh my God, I just have to trust that I'm here on purpose. I'm here on purpose. I know that I'm here on purpose, because I would never have signed up for all of it if I would have known how much it was all going to cost, right? So I want to say don't give up, because this is going to change my life, I know. And my hip healed as a result. It took 3 years until I started to get on the mend. And it's still not 100%, but it is 99.9% healed. And I do believe that what I just had done is going to heal it the rest of the way. I'm really bothered that I hit my neck like that. I karate chopped it. That's really bad. I should not have done that. I'm all like, shit, Christina, don't mess it up. Because I just went and got checked and they said it's holding. So we're just going to be gentle. Okay, so that's the message for today, is that everything happens for a reason, and everything, we don't have to know everything, and we just need to have faith and believe that we are loved. And so that I don't have a 30-minute long video, I'm going to end this one, and I'll post another video hopefully sooner. I'm sorry, I've been so distracted by everything going on, about Mexico, and maybe I'll talk a little bit about my experience there. But basically, I had a really amazing time there and learned a lot, and had an experience that was also life-changing, that helped me understand that we are all connected to everything, and what a gift it is to be alive. So if you're struggling today, I want to encourage you that you are loved, and that if you have chronic pain, that I understand that can be really depressing and all-consuming. And I want to encourage you to not give up, to get healthy, to try to do your best to find each and every little thing that you can try and read about and go do until you find the cure, until you find the thing that helps. And if there's anything I can do to help you, please reach out, because I'm more than happy to, help any way I can, whether it's through private yoga instruction or, just giving you information on places that you can go to get help, like this Epic Clinics in Clearwater, Florida. If you have anything where you're thinking about getting surgery, you should come here first, because this is amazing. So I'm going to end there and just encourage you in your path in life, whether it's clear or not, that it's going to be okay. And that if we can just be grateful and keep our vibe high, and focus on love and loving ourselves the best we can, and loving others, that everything really will work out. And I want to send you all the love, and from my heart to yours. And I hope you'll have a great weekend, and I send you much, much peace.